right, how's it going, everybody? We're tuning in. Going to do a special behind-the-scenes training live from the GM building in Detroit, Michigan. Let you see what goes on behind the scenes. Hey there, Toya. How's it going there? All right, Toya's right on the scene, right there. As soon as we come on in, that's great. Been down, been in my sick bed for about a week or so now, and just really starting to get back energized, feeling like I've just missed out on so much. But as we all know, the health is something that is very important, so we got to take care of the body, because without that body being taken care of, we're no good to anyone. So I definitely wanted to just get back up and get into the office this Saturday, afternoon, and really go through some of the things and even answer questions that you may have going on, and really taking Mary up under my wing to really put her. She's going to actually run a division of our company, and I know I'm looking like a caveman today, kind of beastly. My brother has a new company coming out called Savage, not coming out, but company Savage Life, and I guess today I'm the poster child for Savage Life, because I'm all looking crazy today. But at the end of the day, it's going to be the words that come out of my mouth that's going to be most beneficial to you. So with that being said, let's put some on you there too, Barry.
Actually, I'm getting my stuff together, Mr. Jones, but
okay. I'm up.
We're gonna
and at it looking for leads.
Where is it?
Okay. All right, Toya's up and at it looking for leads. Toya, did you already go into the Real Flow and set up? We run some ads on Craigslist, Backpage. Yeah, we I guess, Toya, we could both be poster child for my brother's new company, Savage Life. But that's okay, because what we bring to the table is so much more valuable than how I look at how I feel today. I'm not even 100%, but as a leader, we still got to get up and tread, and things still need to be taken care of. So we're definitely going to do that right now. I just really want to talk about real quick the different things that are going on. This whole program, this whole movement, this whole Think Like a Bank, owner financing, it's really something that will allow any and every person to be able to really set up passive income for their family. And that's what this is really all about. And, we're taking it out on the road, on seminars, and showing people how to really put this whole thing together, showing you how to do the very things that banks have been doing for a long, long time, and people don't really know that they can put it together for themselves. So with that being said, what I've been showing people, what I've been doing myself for years, is actually flipping single family homes. And now we've actually gotten to the point where I'm showing other people how to get into apartment buildings as well, for whatever it is that you want to do. So as I'm putting these different divisions and setting them up into the company, I'm training proteges on how to run their own part of the company also. So Mary's going to actually run the pre-foreclosure side of the business. If you're setting up your business, you want to have different divisions in your company. You always want to have your wholesaling division. Let me just jot some stuff down while I'm talking here. You want to have your wholesaling division. That's where you're actually going to be the source and the supplier for the guys that are out there who have the signs out that say we buy houses, for people who are out there looking for great deals, right? So as long as you know how to become the source, you never have to chase other people around and get involved in what's called daisy chains. Daisy chains are basically when someone gets a deal and they let someone else in on the deal, and that person puts on their $2,000 assignment fee, and then they put it out on Craigslist, and the next person puts on their $2,000 assignment fee. So before you know it, what happens is the deal that was for $50,000 is now being circulated around the internet for $80,000 because you have a whole bunch of investors that have just tapped on their finder's fee. Now you never have to worry about that if you know how to become the source. Once you learn how to become the source, you are now the hunted instead of the hunter. And that's what this is all about. So when we talk about being able to find these deals and put creative mortgages on them, it's going to allow you to do a couple of different things. It's going to allow you to build your own portfolio for yourself, and then you'll really get into the whole thing of flipping in order to keep. And that's what I always talk. I teach people how to flip, keep, flip, keep. That's how you want to build your portfolio for yourself. So one of the things that I encourage everyone to do is to actually set up your own self-directed IRA. This is something that will allow you to turn $500 into six figures very quickly. When you are controlling properties, you don't have to buy properties. The thing about real estate is, excuse me, the thing about real estate is you make a fortune by learning how to get properties under contract and controlling them. You do not have to buy real estate to make money. That's the beautiful thing in this business. And when you really get the gist of this, you can actually take your family, you can take your income to a whole nother level, because if you just think about it, regardless if a property is, hey Joshua, how you doing there, buddy? If you really think about it, glad to see you with us this morning. I've been out for about a week on my sick bed, getting back up for the first day in about a week to really put some good coaching out there and really show people what's going on, because we got some great things that are going on between Detroit and coming down to the ATL as well. So back to what I was saying, when you understand that this is probably the only business that will allow you to control an asset, will really allow you to control an asset that can be worth 100 grand, can be worth 200 grand, 500 grand, and allow you to control it for as little as $1 down. It's like just what I know is like, why would I do anything else when I can get the wisdom and learn how to control properties? I'm not talking about buying, right? Because most people think that you have to buy real estate before you sell it. And you do not have to buy. I just want to stress that. Maybe even come on over here. Let's turn this side over a little bit there. Okay. All right. You do not have to buy real estate first. This is what separates real estate from any other investment out there. Now, if you know anything about stocks, you know that you can buy stocks on like a short or whatever, short sale, whatever, but nothing allows you to be able to control $500,000 piece of property, $1 million property, by putting as little as $100 down on it. And when you learn how to negotiate, let's just give you a quick example. When you learn how to negotiate the way that I teach my guys, let's just say we're going after a building, let's just, for the sake of a round number, the building is $100,000, right? What we do here is we look for properties that are in need of repair, that properties that are in disrepair. And when you can find those properties that are all around you and they may be boarded up, maybe they have tall grass, maybe you're walking by them every single day and you see that the mailbox is full of mail, right? Or you know someone who is going through a foreclosure process. These are properties that will qualify. So I'm not looking for the properties, and you won't look for the properties that are for sale, bright shining paint on it, golden nails hammered into the walls. See, we're not looking for that. There's a big difference between people who want to sell and people who need to sell. So what we're going to be doing throughout the course of the day is I set up the pre-foreclosure. Once again, there's different divisions in your real estate company. You have your wholesaling division, right? We have our acquisition division. We have our buy and hold division. We have, oh, my computer just went off. Hold on one sec. We have our buy and hold, and let's just stick with, we have our rehab division. And let's just say we have our commercial acquisitions. All right. Now, this is how I break down the business. And so I'm always looking. See, so the reason that so many people fail in real estate is because maybe they go out and try to piece together the information from YouTube and, $5 ebooks or $7 ebooks or $20 ebooks. But when you understand and you've actually been through every single phase of real estate, and we'll also have our tax, let's just say our tax deed division as well. Once you understand that there are different divisions, and let's just say we have our private money division as well. So we have private money and pre-foreclosure. Now, what you have so many people that are going out and they're looking for, they think the deals are from the auction. Right? People think that the best deals are at a foreclosure auction, so they're going to these mortgage foreclosures where they really don't stand a chance, right? What I've done is I've put together the system that actually allows me to pre-negotiate before any of that stuff ever happens. And when you're able to put yourself in that position, you're able to pick up the properties for the least amount of money possible. Right now, we're picking up properties for about, I want to say for about 3 cents, 3 to 5 cents, or 3 to 10 cents on the dollar. And when you understand that, no matter where the real estate market is, this is where most people make their mistake. They wait until CNN tells them that it's a hot market, and then they're actually going to buy at the top of a market. That's for retail buyers. Savvy real estate investors do not buy at the top of the market. Savvy real estate investors buy when it's a coal market, right? They buy when it's an emerging market, right? An emerging market simply states that you are getting into an area before the masses have purchased the property. That's when you want, it's kind of blurry over there, right? There you go.
Yeah.
Hold up the thing. When you're getting, you want to come back over there?
Uh-huh.
When you're getting into a market before the masses can find out about it, this is when you will make your fortune. Now, this is the reason why I left sunny Orlando, Florida, to come up to freezing cold Antarctica, Detroit. Right? And we came up here for a reason. I actually have one of my other proteges who's coming out here from the East Coast next weekend. We have my brother coming here next month, and hopefully my son coming here also, because I'm going to tell you guys right now, I have not found a cheaper place to buy real estate than in Detroit. And this will probably be one of the last times that you hear me talking about this, because I'm no longer interested in trying to alert the masses on the fortune that is being made in Detroit right now. If you happen to be a Detroit native and you're not cognizant of what's going on, this is a time right now to wake up. This is a time to reach out. If you're on my page over here, this is a time, I'm telling you right now. I'm not an economist, but I'm a real estate guy with 15 years experience, and I've learned from people with over 100 years of experience. I've never seen a market like the Detroit market. I know you guys say Atlanta's hot. I know you guys say Florida's hot. I know you guys say Arizona is hot. That's not when you want to get in. You want to get in when the market is cold. So what we're doing right now is we're going to show you some behind the scenes techniques and strategies, and even let you listen in on some phone calls. And what I've done is I've placed Mary in charge of our pre-foreclosure division. Pre-foreclosure division. The president of pre-foreclosure division. Now, once again, I tell you there's different divisions of real estate. And most people only know one way. And what we're used to doing is looking at flip my house, flip my this or that, flip this, flip or flop, flippity flop, right? We're used to looking at that. But what I'm going to tell you is the way that they purchase property is not the most advantageous way for you. That's to fulfill whatever it is that they're doing on their show. And that's for the person. The way that they're buying those properties, you either have to be a cash buyer with a couple of $100,000, $500,000 of money accessible to you, because you're going not only against the bank, but you're going against other investors also. If you want to eliminate the competition, and if you want to eliminate the challenges of doing that, it will behoove you to pay attention to every word that I say right now, because this is not television talk. This is 15 years of doing business and 10 years of not having a job. And I know that that makes me qualified to show other people how to walk away from their job, and I have done it. I am actually have Mary that's going to be walking away from her job in 2017. She will have enough passive income working with me to surpass what she's currently making monthly from her job. If you're on my page over here, if you're looking on my feed over here, if you know Marcus Mayfield, by this summer, Marcus will be walking away from his job, because I'm showing him how to have enough passive income coming in from his job. I have another student, Miguel Velasquez, who's out in Connecticut. He will have enough passive income coming in to walk away from his job and handle all of our construction going on across the United States. You see, I'm not just doing this in Detroit. We're doing it in Detroit. We're doing it in We will do it in ATL also, because we're opening up an office on March the 1st in Atlanta. It's my intention to open up an office in Dallas, and it's my intention to open up an office in Memphis, Tennessee. Now, right now, I don't have a student or a protege in Memphis, Tennessee, but I know that they'll come because I've already put it out into the universe. So when you're talking about making money in this business, number one, I want you to understand your credit has nothing to do with it. Absolutely nothing to do with it. The amount of money that you have, so you don't need $100,000. You don't need $200,000. When I got into this game, I literally started with the money from my IRA, and I had $2,200 back in 2006. I got into the business in 2002-ish, 3, but I walked away from my job in 2006 and never looked back. So I took the money from my IRA, I transferred it over to a self-directed IRA. That self-directed IRA is called Equity Trust Company. And if you were to actually go to that website, their website is www.trust.etc, equitytrustcompany.com. You'll get information on how to roll over your 401k to what's called a self-directed IRA. This self-directed IRA will allow you, excuse me, guys, I'm still getting over my cold, so I'm all wrapped up. That self-directed IRA will allow you to either roll over what you have. Now, you can't be at the current job that you're in. You can only do it once you've left from that job. So if you're in a position where you've been laid off, fired, at a 401k, it would behoove you to take that money and actually roll it over to a self-directed IRA, and it's going to put you in a position to control real estate. And that's what I'm teaching my proteges how to do, is how to get into positions where you can control properties for as low as $100. So it doesn't matter. I've actually did it with $1. I've actually controlled properties and flipped them by putting $1, only using $1 and none of my credit. And if this is something that you're interested in, we're about to close up shop. I'm not going to continue teaching this stuff to other people. I'm going to close down the tuition for a little while because we've just had an infusion of investors who have expressed interest into coming in and partnering with me personally. I just had an investor from California call me this morning, who we flipped deals in Florida together, that wants to come in with his self-directed IRA that he's built up to $1 million, and he's looking to partner with us. So I mean, as far as teaching the student, this is why I always say, like, when opportunity, see, there's a saying that says wealth is attracted to speed. And a lot of times we don't take the initiative to get into things while they're wide open because we think that they're just going to be there forever, and they're not. So I'm probably going to do one more training opportunity for people who are interested in learning how to do the business, because we have different divisions. And I just figure that if you learn the way that I teach you, that I know that you can handle one of the divisions in my company. So you don't have to have the experience. You might say, this is all too much, or it's overwhelming for me. But what I'm doing is I'm providing people who come in an opportunity to work directly in my company and then be able to elevate inside of my company. So you're going to have to be able to bring something to the table. There's either going to be the tuition fee of learning how to do the business, or you can come in as a partner and actually get directly in on deals. There would be no fee for that. So once again, we are not only going after the regular the regular houses, but we're also investing in apartment buildings also. So what I'm doing is I'm giving the average person an opportunity to come in what's called a syndicate, to be co-owners in apartment buildings around the country. And what we'll do is I'll have different people in my company that will help regulate this whole process. You'll come in as a passive investor, or what's called a general partner. And my job is to come in, find properties that are underperforming, get them back performing by raising the income, raising the revenue, lowering the expenses, and setting up a limited partnership for people to receive dividends, receive high returns on their money, with the real estate itself being the collateral. So this is something that is not really, this information is not really disseminated to people of color. It's not disseminated to people who are not on the highest economic status platform. This is something that was taught to me by my mentor, who's a billionaire, Mr. Alan Schwab, the original owner of the Orlando Magic. And all I'm doing is taking everything that he's shown me and taking it to a different level. So when you understand the significance of what we're doing, one of my proteges in Atlanta already has a series of apartment buildings lined up. I think we have about 10 or 11 of them lined up right now, where most of my time is going to be allocated to is closing these deals. We will always entertain private money. And this is what thinking like a bank is all about. It's about understanding that your money can get back so much more money than the 2% that the CD account is giving you, or the 0.001% that a savings or checking account is giving you. I want to put you in a position to become more of a savvy investor. That's why I've come to Detroit, to do the things that I've been doing for over a decade, and then to help educate to help educate other people to either do it with us or to do it for yourself. Do it for your family, because it's flat out works. There's no secret. This is real estate, right? So we have a wholesaling division. We have an acquisitions division. We have... That's my brother. Hold on one sec. I was just thrown off by a phone call. Hopefully it'll come back in. We have two different Facebook Lives going on. And let's see if the other one comes back in over here. Just give it a minute. Guys, while I'm waiting on this one, if you're on Mary's line over here, I got to start all over. Okay. Hold on. You can ask any question, Mary. Tell them they can ask any questions.
Christina, I saw you, and we'll talk afterwards. And I need some pens, but you said you need help with the pre-foreclosure, so we'll talk about it later, because I'm not sure exactly what kind of help that you need. And in saying that, I'm going to be doing some training with CISO today. He put me in charge of the pre-foreclosure division, so it's a lot to real estate, as he was piggybacking on what he was saying. So I'm learning what I can. And if you... Okay, we'll talk. As a matter of fact, you can inbox me, and I'll get with you later on that one. Okay, Christina? I know you said you have to go to class, so I am posting the video. I am going to post the video to my page. So you'll be able to finish listening that way. And like I said, just inbox me your information or whatever. And any questions you may have, and I'll get with you on that.
All right, so I got the other Facebook feed back up here. Whenever, that's the only thing I like, whenever the phone rings, you lose your connection there. And sometimes it'll bring it back, and sometimes it doesn't. So let's just go over really quickly, and then we're going to get into Mary's training in the pre-foreclosure division. Basically, remember I said I listed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different divisions inside of your real estate investing company if you're serious about getting into this business. And without me really breaking this down to you, the average person is going to take you about 10 years to figure this out and how to bring it all together. But what we're doing is we're eliminating so much of the time delay that you would have to go through. And this is what having a great mentor will actually do for you. It's the whole purpose is to condense time for you, so that, hey, Latoya, we kind of got distracted over there because my phone rang, but I'm glad to see you back. That's what having a great mentor is all about. So if you ever thought about getting into real estate investing, this is the time to get in, because the doors will be closing as we're going to shift. The whole reason that I opened up the real estate training was to bring in good people that really wanted financial freedom. That's why I really started doing this up here, because at the end of the day, I can just do deals by myself without even bringing anyone in. But when you set up your goals and you have a definiteness of purpose, you understand that you have to put together a mastermind team, and everybody has to come together in harmony. And by teaching other people how to get what they want, it is going to instill that I get what I want. That's really the whole premise of what a mastermind group is all about. So if you're interested, like I said, there's going to be one last chance, and I don't know when I may open up the doors again, but we will be focusing on not just building what we're building here in Detroit, but also getting into apartment buildings around the country. If you have capital to get into your own apartment building, I can package deals together and flip them over to you. Or if you want to come in on deals with us, you can definitely set up an appointment. If you're on Mary's feed over there, you can set up an appointment to come down here to the GM building and talk with me, and we can take it a little bit further from there. But let's just quickly go over the divisions in the company, and then I want to get into some of the pre-foreclosure stuff that Mary is going to be doing. And just let me tell you this. Pre-foreclosures is one of the most lucrative businesses inside of real estate investing. Most people think that it's going after just the mortgage auctions or going to the court steps, and that's definitely not it. And pre-foreclosures allows you to get into properties and either take them over on what's called a lease option, or to take them over on what's called a subject to deal. So you're taking it over subject to the existing finances. That's why you don't need to actually have credit yourself. But if you do have some capital set to the side, that's a great way to be able to come in, give the person some moving money or some money that they need, because they're probably going to walk away from the property anyway. Right? So we had the wholesaling division. Wholesaling is when you actually come in, you find a property, you get it undervalued, you get it under contract, and then you turn around and sell that contract off to another investor. These are the guys, you see the houses that say we buy houses. So what I do in any market that I go into is I actually write down every single sign that I see on the we buy houses, and I call these guys up and find out, hey, what exactly are you looking for? You know, that's not your competition, those are your buyers. And when other people know who you are and take you serious in this game, they'll call you up on deals to help them sell their deals. This is why you don't need money in real estate, because there's so many investors out there that will pay you to help them find a buyer for their deals. All right, so you don't have to know it all. Don't think that you have to do it all. Just come in exactly where you are. And if you have the opportunity to get that mentoring, definitely come in and get that mentoring. Now, I offer mentoring, and we offer financing for the mentoring also. We put together affordable packages to help people out. So you have your wholesaling division, which is you flipping. Now, if you're serious about wholesaling, on the low end, if you're very lazy and you do one of these deals a month, the minimum amount of money that you can expect is $5,000 a month. $5,000 doing one a month, 12 months, that's 60 grand. So right there, that means you don't have to go looking for a part-time job that's not going to give you anywhere near the amount of money that wholesaling would give you. And this can be done from home. The only thing you need is a computer, maybe a fax machine, or not even a fax, because they have all these things like HelloSign, DocuSign, eFax, where all this stuff can be done. Or you just need a computer, internet connection, and some contracts. And all of your contracts can be done right online, so you don't even have to go anywhere. The next part of it is our acquisitions team. Well, as we continue to expand around the country, I'm going to have people that will be working for us directly, that will be on our payroll, that will go out around the country, jump on a plane after we've already identified a motivated seller, and they will go out to actually do inspections, supervise the whole acquisition process, which is basically taking it from a yes on paper to closing out the property, verifying all of the numbers, submitting it to title, making sure that everything is good, there's no liens on the property, getting it into